Yo, what is going on, guys? We are back with another Project Architect 2 video, and I know we were talking about automating the Archie meat in the last episode, but what I did find out when it comes to automating that is you do need a lot of power, and that is something we're actually like severely lacking. So we are lacking just general like end game type of power source. I do want to get into Draconic Evolution power, but I think today we're just going to continue with our uh, POWAH. We're gonna set up POWAH reactors. And as you can see right now, like we have 1 billion energy, which is still not that much for the tasks that are going to be coming at hand. This is also going to be the main hub room. It's set up somewhat right now. But that's another reason why we need to get into better power, is because I want to set up 6 dimensions, because I'm going to want to put different mods in different dimensions, because just after doing research on the mod pack, I'm going to need a lot of room for a majority of these mods. Like Mechanism, to fully dive through Mechanism, which you have to do, you need a lot more room than what I have here. And I think it'd be a cool way to switch things up and try things differently. And the way we can do that is, so we can build a dimension and we can use a warp scroll to set a location, make it a stabilized warp scroll, and then we can make basically a portal, like another portal, to be able to go to that dimension wherever we want to, and we can just have that set up. Like I said, that will be for probably next episode that we'll get that set up. And I want to have those portals right here in this main hub, kind of in, sorry, right here. So kind of in these areas, so like there'll be a portal right here, portal right there, right there, right there, like total of 6 of them. And this is gonna be like the main hub. We're also gonna have like our final automations of each of the quest line, because if we look in the quest line and we go to the EMC automation, there's automating the Archie meat, then the Archie Woo, and then Architron, the Archie morph, the Archilish, how do we pronounce that, and the Archium. So I want to have all those automated in here, and I'm probably gonna do it on a 4 scale, because like we can do 1, 2, 3, 4 in those walls, and we can put somewhere else. So it's kind of like the idea behind it. But first off, we need to get some better power. This isn't end game power, but this will be a better start. And so what I already went and did is I did set up all the different reactors casings. It says if we hold this in our hand and place it down, I think you need a 3x4 area. Okay, that was really simple. Okay, I did not expect that to happen that fast, which means, so like we could do 3 of the spirited, or we could do 2 spirited, or I think that's what I'm gonna do, because why do all these different ones when I could do the spirited ones? Let's toss those in there. Go to at POWAH, and we can request 36 times 4. Ooh, 3. 35. We need 36. 36. Have that craft up right now. And then, so to get these to work, so you need to put Uranite in it, I believe. And you also need to put, we can just look at our power book. Look at our power book. So you need to put Uranite in it in some form of cooling. So the reactor is multi-block, generates Fe. To build it, you need 36 reactor, which, here we go. So we need redstone. You need coal. Carbon materials like coal, wood will improve the fuel efficiency and will add 180 C plus heat. Okay, redstone will speed production. Reactor will stop when it is full and start when it has less than 70% of the energy, and the auto mode is on. So this is what we need. We're gonna need some, I believe it's dry ice is what the best one is to use. So dry ice is mainly to cool down reactors, be found underground in level 64. You can also obtain by energizing 2 pieces of blue ice. And I want to say that goes just right in the reactor itself, right there. So what we need to do is we need to get our AE2 system over here. So we need wireless. We can just take 2. Boom. We have our linker right here. I also want to set up P2P channels at some point because I want to clean this whole area up. But for right now, this is what we're doing. And I kind of want to keep this over here. So I'm just going to put this in the wall like so. Link that up. And then we will run cables this way. Empty, no, empty. And I'm wondering if, so that's a power tap. Does the input matter? That's going to be the question. So we're going to need some cables. What room are we? We're in the orange. So we'll take our orange dense cable. And then we don't have yellow. And then orange. Take those. Make sure those are learned, and then take these. Should be able to place that like that with a export. Want some acceleration cards and a crafting card. Because what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to connect that there, throw those in, throw that in, and we are going to want uranite, coal, redstone, and dry ice, which I believe we have dry ice, because, ooh, dry ice doesn't have a, do we have dry ice? Dry ice. No, but we do have blue ice. And so if we take 2 blue ice, we can make a crafting pattern for this. So where's the dry ice? Go dry ice. Do that and toss that in there. And then make sure this can pull out dry ice. I should automatically craft that so that it can put it in here. Is this now generating power? Yes, it is. It already has 200k FE stored. So that's everything that we need in there. It has no fluid, which is fine. We can have auto mode on. Then that'll work. And now we just need to connect it to our power, which I think the best way for us to do will be to move our current power source, which is this right here. Put that there, put that on it, and then POWAH, take some of our cables. POWAH. Where they at? We have this pull and push. Now this is draining and it should be running. Which this is draining, but like see how fast it's filling up. So the system has quite a bit in it, but now if we go to POWAH, if we take these out and we click right here, no, why did it do that? Click here. And then here. Oh, not enough blocks. And then had that one have a 1 space also. Now all we have to do is repeat this step, which shouldn't be too difficult because we can actually make a copy paste card. Copy or at applied energistics, and then there is this card, the memory card. What we can do is we can copy that, and all we have to do is run this over to each of the areas. Like so. I want dense cable. We're going to want to run this dense cable all the way around. So, just like that. Boom, just like that. Ooh, having it come in the back would probably look nicer. So I might do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Alright, because then we don't have to worry about, even though it wouldn't look that bad, but like now you won't be able to see that, which would be nice. Boom, and then now we just need 3 exporters. Three of those, and then we're gonna need acceleration cards. So make some of those. We can slap these on this, and then we can take our acceleration cards because they're in our inventory, and we do that, it'll paste them. Oh, do we even put acceleration cards in here, right? But we need a crafting card too. Crafting card, we need 3 of these. And then now, once we click our memory card on there, everything should go in there, and then we just need to place this one back here, like so. Memory card, so that should be all set. All these should be up and active. And now we just need to connect them all to this, which what's really nice about this is I can just create another one of these which are, I don't know if we have them auto craftable, but we can. All we have to do is, I think we only need to do this. I don't think we actually have to auto craft every single one, which is nice. So we just need the energy cell, ender cell. So there's the narcotic. We need the night or the spirited one right here. We just need one of those. Says no CPUs are, oh, because those are crafting still. Which that's another thing we might have to get into, is getting the computer built up eventually. And so what we'll do is we should be able to, does that put one in front? That is in front. We put that there. Have that on channel number 1. Push, pull. Pull, and then push. Now all of these should be running. We could put them in auto mode because we don't really need them running 24/7. But now that should be a huge jump in power. We should be generating around 110 or so, 60 times 4. So 240 RF a tick it should be, which is showing because this is going up extremely fast. And if we craft another one of the, we can toss all of these away. We are gonna have to facade that, so we will facade that. It's not even the highest tier, so if we take another one of these, we can actually place this ender cell back over here in our area just to get that extra boost. And have that, yep, going in just like so. That way we're not wasting our previous setup. But this actually worked out really, really well with this being up here and being like this. I'm actually extremely happy with this. So once this fills up at 2.2 billion, which it's going to pretty fast, it's almost there, then it'll stop running once it's chargeable, which would be really nice. And then this holds, these store 100 million each, so that means that we'll have 400 million backup power supply after the 2.2 billion, which will be really nice. And we can just facade this whole area. Boom. And now this is fully maxed out, so these should start building up. Yep, this is already at 1 million. This is at 11. So now we are fully maxed out on power right there, which is just going to be a nice little start. But I do want to be able to get into even better power. And then the one last thing I actually do want to create is I do want to create wireless charging, because we have not done that yet, surprisingly. So what we need to create is we need to make a binding card, which to make a binding card, you have to make a regular at POWAH. This is going to be POWAH auto charging. So we need to make one of these like so. We need to click that on an Enderman, which won't be hard. And we also need to make a aerial pearl and click that on a zombie. We also need to make one of these, which I believe we can just auto craft that. If we go to POWAH, and I think I have the highest tier on here already. Right, that's a starter. What is this? Spirited. craft one of those, which it needs this aerial pearl first. So what we need to do is we need to go find a zombie. I want to say, yeah, it's about to be nighttime. So what we can do is we can go to the end and bind this card to us real quick. Let's see, we got end 00. Got that part done. Now we just need to find a zombie. It is nighttime. If we take off our night vision, you can see it is nighttime. So we are really just looking for a zombie. And we're using our map to do so because it makes it a little bit easier, because we got creepers here, a zombie right here in front of us, in the woods over here. We can turn our night vision back on to help us see where this guy's at. I thought he was in this area. Yes, he's behind us. Oh, right there. There he is. Capture him like that. Now, if we toss this in our inventory, we should be able to craft the player transmitter. Because it takes an aerial pearl to create a player transmitter. And what we can do /home. And that is done. And this is a super simple setup from POWAH, especially this far in the series and the mod pack. We can easily set this up. So if we go over to our orange room over here, we can put this one right on top here. That'll fill it out with 400 million. We put the binding card in, which we had to click it on ourselves. Put the binding card in. Now anything that we have on us, say we have any of our tools, those will just automatically charge as they're in our inventory, including our portal, which will teleport us back home, which would be really nice to have. But that will probably do it for this episode, and in the next episode we'll start working on the dimensions and getting the warp scroll set up. So until then, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I will catch you guys later. See ya.